Deputies say despite that number, there hasn't been an issue for 2 years, and that's because of check-ins and patrols. 3 months after investigators say Patricia Collins crashed into and killed Deputy Bobby Craps, she will be put behind these bars. Johnny West has appeared in this Chatham County Courthouse dozens of times, and here are his charges, all 4 pages of them. Faculty and students gathered here at Georgia Southern University in Statesboro to hear the former U.S. Secretary of State Madeleine Albright speak tonight. The Chew crew has been here all morning. Next week, the Lemonade girls fly to New York, where they're actually going to be filmed on the ABC set. We've gotten many calls and emails from viewers wondering what's happening in different cases and if the suspect has been caught yet. The line is still wrapped around the building twice for the drive-through. Employees tell me they had about 1,000 customers today. The longest wait was 45 minutes. Here at the memorial, this tree is one of a kind. It's a Calvary pear tree and the only one recovered from 9/11. As we told you on Monday night, some local downtown businesses are concerned they will lose business. Many of you messaged me wanting to know what police are doing to keep streets safe. We asked police that exact question, and here's their response. Officers already saturate all areas of town, proportionate to the level of activity in those areas. Police can't control what happens when 2 people who don't like each other meet up on a city street and one has a gun. Lawbreakers rarely commit crimes when they see police officers, and those white cars with blue stripes and gold badges on them are pretty obvious. They can't be on every street corner at all times. This is the email response from Metro Police public information officers regarding 3 homicides in downtown over the holiday weekend.
I'm not happy with that quote, so I don't really want to quote that quote. It says that basically that the police department currently feels that what they have in downtown is adequate. I don't agree.
And Alderman Sprague is not the only one. As the president of the Downtown Business Association, Rule Joyner has been getting emails from tourists asking why police aren't speaking out and addressing the triple homicides in downtown. And Joyner's wondering the same. So we showed him what police sent us.
What I read, it's a little troubling. I hope that cooler heads are going to step back and see how serious it is, reevaluate the situation. Our attitude needs to be that it's going to be fixed, we're going to work on it, and we won't retreat from it. We came to River Street with this quote from Metro Police to find out what tourists and business owners have to say. We got mixed reviews.
I think their response is fair. You know, they do have a lot of cars down here in circulation, and they can't be everywhere all at once. You know, that's very understandable. And they're right, you know, if these kids want to get in trouble, they're going to find it. It doesn't matter.
Metro Police also maintain that this was an isolated incident, citing that the last shooting on River Street was on July 4th, 2009. But still, at least one business owner says they feel this response was not enough.
I actually feel worse. They don't want to take blame for it. I mean, I'm not saying it's completely their fault, but they need to do what they need to do. That's what their job is. That's what they're there for, is to protect the people.
This afternoon, the chief notified us that he will meet us tomorrow to discuss the 3 homicides over the Labor Day weekend.
Come on through here. Give yourselves a great big round of applause.
The Midway Lemonade girls just got a bit sweeter. 3 Georgia peaches making national headlines in New York City. And we're bringing you the behind-the-scenes look.
Welcome back to the Chew's All-American Meals. In Midway, Georgia, these girls weren't allowed to sell their lemonade.
Well, I think they symbolize something that we wanted to put a spotlight on. They're great people who are just trying to do what all Americans should be able to do, which is get out there and start an entrepreneurial spirit.
The Chew uses footage that aired first on our station last year, and the talk show hosts admit the story touched them.
Everyone has a lemonade stand story. Everyone started out selling something, you know, you get excited, you make your little sign.
First of all, it brought back a ton of memories of when I was a kid, and I have 2 sisters as well, so it was like seeing the 3 girls together was kind of fun. And when we would have lemonade stands, and we would go out and try to do things together.
The ABC cooking show put their own spin on the girls' lemonade recipe.
Right now, we're going to change their lemonade.
And the biggest surprise yet came at the end.
We're honored to present each of you a check for $5,000 towards your college fund. Christy, you guys have to hold.
It's a story about small-town America that made a huge impact on the nation. Smarty has a home, and he has a big name for a big pet with big problems. And tomorrow, the pet is taking on the city of Bluffton. Here's why.
Yeah, it's not every day you see a little girl painting a chicken's toenails silver and lime green, but this chicken is no ordinary chicken.
This is Smarty the chicken. She's my 3-year-old's pet. She fell in love with her at a friend's house in Yemassee. He said, well, you can take her home. And we're like, well, okay, we can try that.
Smarty fits in pretty well with the Stewart family. She's one of 3 pets of 4 kids, all with names starting with S. She even watches all their favorite TV shows.
She'll get up on the back of the couch and sit with us.
She didn't do too much sitting while I was there, but the kids say it's probably because Smarty's camera shy. Just a month after arriving, this hen may soon have to fly the coop. Bluffton police issued Stewart a citation for violating a city ordinance that requires livestock to have approval from town council to live within corporate limits.
Livestock is too vague of a description, because what is livestock? And Chief Tubbs said livestock is any animal you would find on a farm. And I said, oh, so cats, dogs, rabbits, you can't have, I mean, which ones exactly? I'm not trying to start a chicken farm. The officer said as long as it doesn't cross the road, I wouldn't be violating the chicken at large.
Okay, so no chicken crossing the road jokes at the Stewart home anytime soon. On Tuesday, they plan on taking the citation and ordinance to court. Bluffton police don't want to go on camera about the issue, saying it's between the Stewarts and the town council.
Stewart is scheduled to appear in Bluffton court tomorrow at 2 o'clock. If they aren't able to keep Smarty, they told me they'll probably give the chicken back to its original owners in Yemassee. Presidential hopeful Mitt Romney makes a campaign stop in South Carolina, and first on his agenda, address the men and women behind him.
And I have behind me a number of the members of the greatest generation, I imagine. I'm disappointed that this administration has failed them in so many ways. As they're coming home from Iraq, as they come home from Afghanistan, they find it hard to find a job. This president has not been able to create the jobs that our economy needs.
Romney continues to talk about military reform, but he wins over the crowd when he makes references to the song America the Beautiful.
It's those principles we must return. The president says he wants to fundamentally transform America. I don't want to transform America. I want to restore the principles that made America great.
The crowd is impressed, but one of the biggest supporters, Senator John McCain.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country love, and mercy more than life. We have one of those heroes today. John McCain, American hero. Senator McCain.
His second time fighting at the primaries, but this go-around, his speech is a little less serious.
After our primary, and by the way, after I lost November of 2008, I slept like a baby. Sleep 2 hours, wake up and cry. Sleep 2 hours, wake up and cry. But the only advice that I've had for him is to kind of, put one foot ahead of the other and just stick to your principles, stick to your values, and there's always bumps in the road, and there should be. This is a tough process.
Senator McCain tells us if Romney takes South Carolina, he thinks the next stop is the White House.